What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today I have a truly exciting unboxing to dig into for you guys. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. And before you head out, do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it, everyone. It really helps push the video out there so more people have a chance to check it out. And feel free to let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. So when I say this is an exciting unboxing, that is because we have a CJRB here, but not only do we have a CJRB here, this was sent in by CJRB, so huge shout out to them for sending this in for us to take a look at. I've been a long-standing fan of CJRB's affordable models, and more recently their button locks have been just absolutely killer. Their crossbar locks, absolutely phenomenal, and we are in for a special treat because this is probably the most coveted version of this knife. I have had countless people either tell me they wanted to see this knife, in video, or this is a knife they were going to pick up. And that what I'm talking about is the Bowie Pyrite with the rose gold finish. So we have a rose gold satin finished Bowie clip point blade with a matching button and hardware. So this is a crazy looking knife. The pocket clip is going to match, and you can look at this blade and kind of see that it has a nice satin finish to it, but it's got the rose gold hue. So I don't know if you're sitting there asking how's that finish going to hold up. I'm not 100% sure on that. It could hold up extremely well. Or it could maybe not be the greatest. But that's one thing we're going to find out is how that coating holds up on this blade. That's one thing I am definitely interested in. We're going to be getting RPM 9. We're going to be getting a full steel handle, and it has been hollowed out for weight relief in there, making the finish of this steel and how lightweight it really is. It really feels something similar to what titanium would be like. It's very close. And they've done a phenomenal job at being able to finish the steel these days, the steel handles. And then we have the nice bent over clip here. Screws are recessed. Pocket clip is not, but plenty of room in there to get it in and out of the pocket, and it will be reversible there. We'll grab our issuing stitches Hank here and see what it looks like. If you're wondering, the pocket clip will be steel as well. Now with the more premium versions, which if they're not out yet, they will be soon. Those will come with titanium and S90V and stuff like that. This is going to be just steel on steel on steel, basically. Going to carry very deep in the pocket. You won't see much poking out at all with this type of clip. Good retention on that Hank. That is what we are looking for. The opening action is as solid as it gets. Nice, strong springs. Great lockup, lockout. Nice ting. That has a nice ting to it when it opens. That is impressive. So I love, this is easily my favorite pyrite out of the three. The drop point, the Wharncliffe or sheep's foot version, and now the Bowie. This one kind of takes the cake for me. Not only I prefer this aesthetic over the other two, but because of how low that Bowie is, it's still ultra useful because look at it in relation to the pivot there. It is in line with that pivot. So this little scoop here is going to be perfect to climb up on there. Use that tip if you need. Use that little bit of belly. And then you have a nice amount of straight edge here. You have a nice choil to work up on that edge for more controlled cuts. You'll be able to get up on the tip for more precise cuts. You can stay in the standard grip if you need a little bit more reach or you don't need as much control. Very versatile for, what the knife is. Because of how the blade shape is designed, it makes it a lot more versatile than, a certain clip point style of blade would be. Because certain clip points are a little bit higher in nature, some people don't find them ultra useful for EDC tasks, but in the case of this is going to prove to be very versatile in my opinion, and it already has. The one that I tried initially, or the one that I bought initially, has been just ultra surprising. I would love to see this exact model in a more premium ended version with an XL flare to it. Just, spruce up the blade a little bit, maybe like 3.6 or something, and just, kind of upgrade everything when it comes to the size. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm too busy talking and not paying attention to even cutting. Seems like it has a decent edge on it. Yeah, it has a decent edge on it. That paper's finicky as hell. The last question, which we always answer in the first impressions, the unboxing of the knives. But I have to say, I've not had any issues with CJRB's button locks. They have all been very solid. I don't even know if it's worth getting the spine whacker out for this one. Solid wood table and a solid topper as well, so it is a fairly resilient table, and if this was going to fail, it would do it on this table here as well as the whacker. But we do have a perfectly centered up blade there. We do have positive lockout. There's no up and down, and there's no side to side, which is impressive considering this is a plunge lock, button lock style of knife. There's no, what would be detent lash, and there's no walking in there of the pivot, no pivot lashing. So for all intents and purposes, a very solid knife as far as its inner workings go. I like the size of these, especially for mid-size carry, or like a secondary carry. I think this is relatively a perfect size for a secondary knife for me. Definitely could see it being a primary for many others as well, especially according to your blade length laws and all that. Sadly, that's something we have to bring up every now and again, but that is a thing. It does exist. I am curious. That's a beautiful looking knife right there. I am interested to see how that coating holds up, even just against not going, out of my way to see what I can do, but just casually cutting certain, routine materials, cardboards, and things like that. Firstly, to see how it holds up against that, then maybe move, if it does well, maybe then move it into a little bit harder use. But I don't know if there's much information out on this particular coating. If there is, and you have some information, go ahead and feel free to leave it down in the comments. That way I have a little bit more information to go off of. Has it been, shown to be pretty resilient or not so resilient? Feel free to let me know. But other than the question mark for the coating, this is an extremely solid knife, especially at the price point. And if you're someone who's looking at this knife, wanting to pick it up, but for some reason you're worried about the coating, but you're really just going to buy the knife, carry the knife, use it on necessary tasks throughout your day, which might not be a whole lot to, a little, you're not going to be doing a crazy amount of cutting. I would not have much fear in picking this up and that finish being all right. It's when maybe you move into some more abrasive and tougher, tougher cutting tasks that it might start to be an issue, and maybe it won't be. That's going to be part of what we try to figure out. But I'm definitely interested in it because I do really like this finish, especially the contrast with the black handle and then the hardware matching. It is definitely a spiffy looking knife. You guys will have to let me know. What do you think of this rose gold Bowie pyrite? I think it looks really, really good, really sophisticated. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I always appreciate that, everyone. If you're new here, we release videos just like this one every single day. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the little bell. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I'll throw up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks for watching. I will catch you on the next one.